very good morning from wherever you're watching us from. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning. It's not that chilly, it's not that hot. Perfect weather for morning conversations. My name is Ruth and this is Impact Dialogues, and today we are going to be speaking about the university funding model. Now, as you know, the 2023 KCSE cohort is joining universities and TVET very soon. Most of them do the September intakes, and we are in August, so September imekaribia tu hapa kidogo, and we want to see and try and decipher how the university funding model looks like, how these students are to apply, because the Ministry of Education has already said that the HELB portal is open for those students who want to apply for these particular loans. We've also seen a few students categorized in the wrong bands. We're going to be speaking about that as well. But before I go on telling you about what we're going to be speaking about, I am joined in the studio today by two gentlemen. One of them, you've seen him here. He was just here the other day. The other one is a new face. And I would like to introduce the gentlemen who are with me in studio, starting with Ivan Naktare. I don't know if nimesema jina correctly, but anyway, Ivan Naktare, he is a HELB beneficiary. He has studied through university in HELB. He's also a youth leader. He's going to be helping us discuss this more. And then on his right side, we have Derek Omwami. He is a youth leader as well, and he has a role to play when it comes to HELB applications. But with no much further ado, one can only introduce themselves better. I'm going to start with Ivan. Ivan, karibu Oracle TV.
Thank you very much. As mentioned earlier, I'm Nakitare Ivan Wanyonyi, student leader, and also the founder and president of Nataya the Great Foundation, Green Army, dealing with street children and impacting the social livelihoods in accordance to the climate action and environmental at large.
Okay, thank you. Omwami, over to you.
I am Omwami Derek Msungu. Always do HELB application. I'm also a student leader, a political aspirant, 2027. Thank you.
Interesting. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us for our morning conversation here at Oracle Television Network. Now, to our viewers, just an overview of what is happening when it comes to the university funding model. When President Ruto took office, he did change the university funding model. Right now, we are using a new one. The 2023 KCSE cohort is expected to start joining universities soon. And as a result, the HELB applications, the HELB portal is open for them to start applying. We did hear the education CS say that the portal is open for students seeking loans. We are going to be getting more about that, I think, from Omwami on how long the portal is going to be open. And then again, according to the Ministry of Education, around 127,623 students have already onboarded on the new funding system. That is the new funding model. Some students have been categorized wrongly, as I had said earlier, but we are going to be speaking more about that. And we see also the Cabinet Secretary for Education, the new one, that is Julius Ogamba, saying encouraging students to start submitting their applications as soon as possible. And now diving into directly into it, I think I'm going to start with Omwami. How does the new university funding model work compared to the previous one?
Whatever President Ruto did with the Cabinet Secretary of Education, that was the good idea of bringing in the new funding. Since the last funding, the capitation was being released, some students were not able to get capitation because we have some institutions where corruption took part, where some were not getting enough the money, some did not even get. We were told that the capitation was only meant for the government-sponsored students. But the government used to say that capitation is meant for everybody. But when the new funding came in, at least when you apply, every student gets a chance of getting that amount. Yes.
Okay, and Ivan, you are and they don't see a need of applying for help. What would be your first word for that person?
I'll first congratulate them for making through the journey of high school. So it's never an easy one. Secondly, I'll say that with the tough times, as you know, tough times require tough measures. And so we cannot stick to ourselves and say that we cannot apply for a loan because we are well off. That's why the government has categorized the funding into the 5 given bands. Having said that, even the rich will also apply for it because it's diverse, it's cutting across all the groups given on the list by the Ministry of Education and the President.
Yeah, and maybe to our viewer back at home, to just state maybe a clear line on this, there are, I think, 5 the 5 bands that have been put in there. Omwami is going to be explaining that to us more because he understands about that more. And maybe before I explain that, I think I'd like Omwami to tell us, Kwai, the new university funding model, what are these bands and how are these children categorized?
We have band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4, and band 5. The first band, this is where the child is a total orphan. Yeah, total orphan and been raised by the guardian. He was sponsored through his whole life education. The second band is where the parents, he has one parent, or the parent has a job but his income is below 10,000. So the first band, the child is expected to pay 10% of the school fees. Yeah. And the government pays 90%. The second band, this is where the government pays for the students 80%. Then the parents pay 20%. For example, you can have the first semester a child paying 5,000. The second one, the child paying 5,000, according to the course with the student is taking. The third band, the parents are supposed to pay 30%, and the government pays 70%. And the fourth band, the government the child is supposed to pay 40%, while the government pays 60% of the school fees. And the fifth band, these were now the trickiest band where some people have been placed under complaining. They are supposed to pay 50%. Yeah.
Okay, maybe to just stretch on what Omwami has just said, we have those in band 1. They are the extremely needy and they're vulnerable. The government is the government will give scholarships, I think, at 70% and loans at 25%. The household was supposed to contribute 10%, but I think there has been a few changes. The household will contribute only 5% of the money. So the students will also get an upkeep of 60,000 shillings. That is for the first band. Now for the second band, these are students, as Omwami says, these are students who are coming from a low income family. Now for them, the group will get a 60% scholarship, and then we're going to have 30% in loans, and then they will have to pay 10% of the fee, and they're going to get 55,000 in upkeep. Then we have band 3, the families that have a slightly modest income. I think it's the middle class. That is what we call the middle class. These one are going to pay 50%. They're going to be getting 50% scholarships, and then 30% in loans, and then an upkeep of 50,000 shillings, and they'll have to pay 10% of their fee. Then we have those in band 4 and band 5, high income earners. They will pay the tuition fee. The household will pay, that is 40% and 20%, and the students will get 30% as loans. Just like, and the upkeep is 45,000. You can go ahead and get all this information on the help portal. Utapata information yote. If you're a student who is seeking to join university and seek loans. But maybe now getting into the conversation. Ivan, there has been a lot of wrong categorization when it comes to students. We've seen some of them complain that wamekwa kwa band 5 and yet they are in band 1. Why do you think there is this slight mistakes?
First of all, I would like to say that this new funding model, as seen by the particular majority, has impacted and was not well off laid. We've seen that public participation was not done to the core, and is a thing forced down to the throat of many Kenyans. So we find that is a new funding model, but almost 70% of Kenyans don't have idea of it. And it happens that the system that the government is using to categorize people, if they are needy or less needy or vulnerable, it's very, very outdated, or maybe it does not follow the protocol, because we've seen most of our students who are the very vulnerable in society being placed or under band, the under band 5, or what do we call it, the band, band 5 of the middle class, or maybe the upper class. And it's so disheartening, because we don't know the government is which criteria the government is using to categorize these people. Because how can a person who comes from a middle class, or maybe a student who comes from a middle class, be placed under the vulnerable? Because having said that, and I think there is a lot of work to be done by the Ministry of Education. Similarly, we've seen that the other funding model helped, although it had a few challenges, but it has helped more students to be able to accomplish their dreams compared to this new funding model. This new funding model needs to be revisited. It's a good idea, but the condition that they have put, or maybe the criteria that they are using, is not good to run it. So it needs to be revised again, and to take various stakeholders to at least put it into place. Then after that, we can say that we can now be able to implement it to help Kenyans.
Okay, and in relation to the wrong categorization, we did see some of the help heads saying that it is because there is wrong filling of information. The students are not giving the right information. And we also did see him say that the door is open, the window is open, the students can go and rewrite or refill the right information. Omwami, why do you think that these students are filling it wrongly? Kwa sababu what the head said was that the tool that is being used to categorize these students is being used according to the information that the students are giving.
That's a lie that HELB officers issued. Those are just pure lies. First of all, since
allegedly,
yeah, pure lies. First of all, you know, when the bush start burning, the chameleon must change its walking style. So the CEO of HELB saw that these people, they've been placed, everyone, I don't know, they were just closing their eyes and placing a kid where they want to place them or what. Since there's a guy applied for this scholarship, she was placed in band 3, that was okay with her. But there's another guy who I know doesn't have parents. I filled that form, and they even attached the death certificate of the parent, but the boy was placed in band 5. Thanks to God, the help came up and they said that the students have to appeal. So we are hoping up the appeal, the student will be placed in band 1 or band 2. Yeah, that's my hope.
Okay, and now getting to those students who want to apply the loans. Omwami, you've been in that area for quite long. So that student who's seeking to apply, what is the first step?
The first step, the student should send an email. The email will be used to register for the HEF portal. Then the student should have ID, or he doesn't have ID, the student should have birth certificate. He should scan his birth certificate photo, upload it to the HELP portal. If he has a waiting card, the student, he or she, can use the waiting card to scan it if he has reached 18 years and he hasn't got the identification card. And the student will also need the index number, both primary and high school, the year they start for the examination, parents' details. Under parents' details, the student will need to attach where parents works, or if it doesn't work, the parent doesn't work, he should log is not employed. The student, if the student is deceased, the student should attach the death certificate of the parent, his or her birth certificate, then the portal. The next step is where the institution comes from. In the institution, you'll get when if you're placed by COOPS in a certain institution, all the details will come up, but the admission, your admission number, you're only putting there your admission number. Yeah. Then the final stage there is where we complete the profile. Just by clicking the profile complete, after completing, you answer some examination that HELB offers. After that, you put in your guarantor's detail. Then you insert the number that, or account number, where the amount, the money will be sent. The upkeep amount will be sent there. Then you send the email to the HELB, and the HELB afterwards, after one month, will be verified. Then 2 weeks allocated. After allocation, you'll be given a batch number. The batch number falls under disbursement process. Then afterwards, you receive a message that you have received your loan, your upkeep loan, and your tuition money has been sent to the institution. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mommy. And Ivan, who qualifies for these HELB loans?
As long as we saw the previous regime said that we should have 100% transition, that all the students who have undergone high school should equally continue to other institutions of higher learning. And so any high school leaver, or any Kenyan who is a high school leaver, and is so much, or she is so much enthusiastic about continuing with his or her studies, is very much eligible to apply for the loans. And we have seen that nowadays the government has come up with the 2010 constitution allows the government to have the technical schools, and the technical schools are very friendly. I've been a beneficiary of that. They welcome all the students regardless of their performance back at high school. And so any student who is willing to join an institution of higher learning is very much welcome to apply for the new funding model.
Okay, and speaking about TVET, Umwami, TVET, as Ivan says, nowadays accommodate all students, whatever your grade was. Are students who go to TVET eligible for HELB?
Yes.
Is there a particular process wanafaa kutumia kuliko wale wengine, ama it's just the same?
It's just the same, but under the TVET school fees fully is 67,000. But when I saw yesterday the time the Ministry of Education released how the TVETs are categorized, I saw that the highest students are supposed to pay 18,000. That's band 5. And band 1 is supposed to pay 5,000 full year.
That is for TVET.
That's for TVET.
Okay, interesting. And to you back at home, if you have any question, if you're a university, not a university student, if you're from the 2023 KCSE cohort, that is if you did your exam, your KCSE exam in 2023, and you're seeking to join university, and you have that question about HELB, how to apply, or whatever question you might have, you can start sending in your questions 0711 176 006, and we are going to be tackling that as well. Now, Omami, as much as we have these what we call teething problems when it comes to fully materializing the new university funding model, what are the advantages of this new funding model?
The advantage of this new funding model, scholarship, if you apply for scholarship, first I forgot to say that anybody between the age of 18 and below, going backwards, that person only qualifies to get scholarship. He qualifies to get HELB loan. There's a loan and there's scholarship.
Okay.
The guy will only benefit to get the loan when he or she reaches the age of 18 years and above.
Forgive me for cutting you short, Omwami. You did say that we have scholarships and we have loans.
Yes.
Maybe for that parent who wants to understand where the difference cuts in, what is the difference?
The scholarship, any person who qualifies for scholarship is that person who was placed by COOPS in the university or the TVET institution. But who qualifies for HELB only? There's HELB in that portal. There is where we apply for scholarship and loan, or we apply for scholarship only, or we apply for HELB only. But in case you are placed by COOPS, people always apply for HELB and scholarship only. Scholarship, if the government gives you scholarship, you will never repay for it, but the loan will come to pay for it. Then if you apply for scholarship, if you apply for help only, these are the students who went there as private students. They're applying for loan. Yeah.
Okay. And you've said that for scholarships, you don't have to pay back.
Yes.
But the loans you're paying back.
Yes.
Is there maybe, how do I put this? Is there maybe a criteria that is used to either award a scholarship or award the loan?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The scholarship is awarded according to the family you come from.
The scholarship, according
Yes.
to the family you come from.
Yeah, that's why you saw that only 1,200 are going to benefit from the 12,000. They're going to benefit from the scholarship only, but the rest loan.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is interesting. And we were at advantages. I think I'm going to let Ivan answer that. The advantages of the new funding model. Although we have a lot of hiccups, we call them the teething problems. The funding model is just being materialized. What do you think are the advantages of this model?
Okay, speaking about the advantages, I think in the first time in the Republic of Kenya, we are having something which is student-centered.
Student-centered,
And the other time, the previous regime, we had the trickle-down effect system. Nowadays, we have the bottom-up economic model. And basing on that, we find that now the student-centered is one of the aspects of the bottom-up economic model, because the student is the one, or maybe before the funding, we categorize the student of how he or she needs the funding. We see the less needy, the needy, and the vulnerable being able to benefit much from these from this particular type of funding. Compared to the other help. Help, you could not really tell if the student comes from a poor background, or maybe middle class, or maybe the upper class. And I think that is something to be proud of, something to impress about this new funding model. Yes.
Interesting. And Omwami, for these students who have been categorized wrongly, there's already a call for appealing if you've been categorized in the wrong band. Should this student not go to appeal? What then now happens to them?
They will still, if this student go for appeal, they will still remain the same band that they were placed in. Yeah.
And for that student who is seeking to appeal, what is the process to follow?
If the student logs into in his or her portal, there's where we have the appeal section. That's why he clicks the appeal section, then he submit the documents. Or if the student's within Nairobi, he can walk into Anniversary Towers. Or if they're outside Nairobi, they can walk into Huduma Center and go to the help desk to get to appeal. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is for our students back at home, those who are seeking to look for help loans. Make sure that you're putting in the right information. And also, if you've been categorized in the wrong band, there has been a call for you to go appeal. So as Omwami says, go appeal. If you can't do it yourself, you can walk to any help desk, go appeal, so that you can get so that you can be put in the right category. And now moving on, I see someone here asking, I think I saw a question somewhere. Yeah, I see somewhere someone here asking, mimi nataka kujoin TVET. Let me read that again. Yeah, mimi nataka kujoin TVET kwa sababu grade yangu haikuni allow niende university. Nita apply aje help? Niko mommy, that's for you.
Acha nijibu na Kiswahili.
Nijibu tu na Kiswahili, whichever comes. Yeah.
Okay, amesema anataka kujoin TVET. The thing he or she will do, ataenda kwa hiyo TVET, ata-register, atachukua admission letter, atachukua admission letter, atakuwa admitted, atapewa admission number. After being admission number, ataingia kwa, ata-search HEF portal. After searching HEF portal, itamletea hapo website yao, anaeka email na password. After kuweka email na password, ana register. After kuregister, anatumiwa link kwa email yake. After kutumiwa link, ana receive the link then anaanza ku-apply hapo. Yeah, but for TVET it's better.
Okay, and I think we have an online call coming in. Hello, Oracle TV. Yeah, I think that was just trying if we are live. Yeah, you can go ahead and make your calls as well. 0711-176-006. I'm pretty sure that number is on your screen. And you can send your message. I think I saw another one. And you can send your message. That one was about a repaying. Huyo anasema, hello, ni Christine from Narok. Nataka kujua venye mtu ulipa hii help. I think that one we're going to give to Ivan because he has been a beneficiary, and I'm sure there's a payment plan or something. Ivan, mwenye anataka kulipa help, how is that plan done?
Okay, for those who want to repay back the help loans after being the beneficiaries, there is a criteria that the government follows. Once you are employed, there will be some funds which will be which will be cut from your salary to be repaying it in installments. And after that, after sometimes, if you manage to finish it, then it will be well and done.
Okay.
Yes.
And before we get more questions, Mommy, how fast is the help distribution? How fast are the funds distributed?
Some funds delay. The institution like KMTC, first of all, I'm very disappointed because the KMTC, these people, 7% of them, they don't benefit from help. They keep on applying for help, then the next day you get that their help has been cancelled. The only excuse they are being given that the help money is not available for KMTC. Yeah, that's a big heartbreak to the KMTC students.
Okay, let me cut you short. We pick this call and then we go on. Hello, Oracle TV. Yes? Hello, Oracle TV.
I'm asking how to, if you are far, how can you get the information?
Okay, I'm going to let Omwami answer that. Anasema akombali, how can she get the information about the help applications and loans?
About the help application?
And loans, yeah. Anasema akombali. So I'm thinking ako in the, what do we call them? In the grassroots uko. So anaweza atapata aje information.
Okay, akitaka kupata information kuhusiana na tuseme alikuwa anataka kuapply.
Anataka kuapply, yeah.
Anataka kuapply. Anaweza enda cyber. The cyber man will do the application. Or kama nini feel poor ako na simu. He can use well the gadget, the smartphone. Then on the application yake search have
Okay.
They have scholarship. Yeah.
So for those who are far, cybers do help.
Yeah,
Watu wa cyber wanasaidianga. You can go on to your nearest cyber and then they are going to direct you how you're going to be doing that. We missed another call while answering that question. But you can also keep on calling us 0711 176 006 and keep on asking your question. Kuna mwingine nimeona hapa amesema good morning Ruth. Let me look for that. Yeah. Good morning Ruth. Naitwa Maish from Nyahururu. Niki apply, am I assured nitapata your scholarship?
Yes. Aki apply atapata your scholarship na loan.
Okay, you've gotten your answer. Yeah, now before you continue sending in your questions, moving on swiftly, Ivan.
Yes.
So you are a health beneficiary. In the whole session yenye ulikuwa shule, did it work properly hadi ukamaliza?
Sometimes we've been having cases of delay. It delays, comes to a point you have given up, and maybe you have gone for the long holidays. You're just chilling. You look through your phone and you get the funds, and you're like, oh, this is God doing it. This is God doing His work, and you're very happy about it. But we have also have some cases of other people complaining that unfortunately they registered for help. They submitted their details, but in turn they never got the funds. Yeah, so it has been having challenges, we understand.
Okay.
To err is human, and human are bounded to make errors, so it happens.
All right. And Omwami, with this new funding model, do you think that we are about to see a change in the education sector, especially in the university, in the tertiary institutions? Do you think that this funding model is going to help with that?
Somehow, I think so, but after the school, this is where the problem comes in, where there's some jobs requires that you should clear your help. So someone applies for help for almost 4 years and have given a loan of 170,000. You have finished to a university level or a TVET level, and are being required to repay that money. Utatoa wapi pesa za kulipia hizo madeni? That's where the big problem it is. Yeah.
And Ivan, maybe looking at the little teething problems that we are having in materializing this funding model, what are some of the areas that you think they should be worked on first before others? Like, what areas should we give priority?
Okay, as mentioned earlier, I said we should have mass civic education first. We should revisit this whole thing first before going on and implementing this thing to our countrymen, because we've seen that students are almost opening the schools, their institutions in a week's time or two, and there's so much confusion. Others are complaining that the system is overhauled, the system is not working. Others are saying they have submitted their details, they have not gotten any feedback. And so before implementing this new system, I think and I know help as a system was better off compared to this new funding model. And we can equally use the help portal or maybe the help funding to these new cohorts as we wait for the new funding model to be revisited. Yeah, so it's never in a hurry to make something to work fast and it's not helping. Someone said that direction is more important than speed, so we don't need to hurry when there is no direction. Let's first get the direction, then we work with speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ivan. And we have another question. She says, hi, ni Christine from Nairobi. I want to join KMTC in March. When do I have to apply so that I can join at on time? She wants to join KMTC in March. I'm thinking that is the March intake. So anauliza, when is the right time to apply so that by the time Anna joins, she's on track?
So the KMTC help application, the portal opens in September, the coming September, since their portal now is closed. I think she should just register, then makes her documents ready in the portal. The time she'll be joining, she'll be given admission number. She will only be required to fill in the admission number, in the portal. Yeah.
Christine, I'm hoping that your question has been answered. So get your documents ready. Let them stay intact. But we have another one asking, morning, ni Pastor Joel from Makueni. Oh, this one is saying, saizi ndi amewasha TV. Nauliza tuna apply nini? Pastor Joel, welcome to the Impact Dialogues right here on Oracle Television Network. So we are helping students who finished their KCSE 2023. We brought an expert to explain to us how the help loans are applied. So ni zile loans za shule za kwenda university. However, thank you for keeping it Oracle Television Network. Kuna mwingine hapa naona anasema, good morning Ruth, ni Christine, another Christine, ni Christine from Meru. Nikienda kwa cyber, how am I sure that huyo mtu wa cyber hata nini poto yangu? Unaweza kuhusu safety.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we let Ivan answer that.
Okay, I think when going to a cyber, or maybe when you finish school first, the first thing or the first requirement you should have before having a phone is a Google account.
Okay.
And your Google account gives an option of it being secured with a password. So when you are applying for any government application or any government entity, you will need your username and you'll need your password. And so, and regarding on that, because we are very, very much aware of the fraud in Kenya and the scams happening. So it's user-centered, and you'll have to use your password, a very distinct password that the cyber guy will not be able to tamper. I think my friend Omami had something to say.
Yeah, well, maybe if you
Okay,
can add
let
something.
me handle that question. Oh, I have been applying for some comprehensive and some comprehensive that the email that he or she fears to give me the email address, so because I can tamper with the personal things. But the reality is that when you apply for help, I don't think that the person can tamper with it, since if you're applying for this loan, the help system always asks you that use your own mobile number that will be used to put in your upkeep money. If you put the wrong account number or wrong number, the system defaults. The loan will be cancelled. Yeah, it's a must you put in your details, and nobody can access your phone unless you sell it or you sell the phone number, the SIM card.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that is a well answered. So Christine, umepata hiyo jibu, and maybe before we close up, before we wind up, Omami, are there deadlines? When is the deadline, especially for those who are taking the September intake? When is the deadline for applications?
The deadline for loan application or scholarship application is 31st December 2024.
31st December,
Yes, this year both TVETs and universities.
And does that apply for those who are applying for the September intake, for even those who are planning for the March intake?
Even those who are planning for March intake, sometimes the portal will be extended to the next year, June. Yeah, to cater for everybody. If someone feels that he has never applied for help, he can apply it now. Yeah.
Okay, and Ivan, for those who are planning maybe to go next year for the next September intake, someone maybe is planning for the next year December intake, where can they get information on when their deadline is?
Okay. Nowadays, they say when it's not online, it does not exist. And I've been advising my fellow countrymen or my fellow youths that now any given government entity or maybe given government jobs, they're always online. And so it's unto us as the students, or maybe as those aspiring to be in the higher institutions of learning, to be always on the run and to be always online to check on how the current affairs are running through. Because today maybe the cabinet secretary may be saying this, tomorrow the PS comes say this, and you know, with the hiccups that have been in this government, we should always be online and always be on the run to determine on which information to feed onto and which information to disband.
Okay. We have here someone asking. I'm not sure if we can answer this for you, but she's saying that she's got a C plane and a C minus in biochem, D plane in maths. She's asking about what medical course she can do. I'm not sure we can answer that, but I think we're going to be bringing a career expert, especially for those who are planning to join their university in the September intake. So don't worry. But I think sometime around next week we are going to bring a career expert to explain some of these questions to you. But for today we are handling how to apply the loans. And because of time, my producer tells me that we have only 2 minutes left. So I'm going to use I'm going to make use of those 2 minutes by telling Omwami and Ivan to give us their parting shot. I'm going to start with Ivan.
I'll first say to the 2023 cohorts, welcome to the world. You will learn more in the streets than any school education system. And so brace up, buckle up your belts. The journey ahead is never easy. It's going to be tough. In campus, you are going to sleep hungry, and you are going to understand why your parents are alone sometime. And it's by the grace of God, all shall be well. And for the funding, apply, and most importantly, don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ivan. Omomi, what is your parting shot?
My parting shot is that I want to urge the government, if they're giving out this loan should be made as a grant. Since we have some students who are not able to pay this loan after finishing their university level. For those willing to apply for this Elban scholarship, you can apply as early as now through logging to the portal. Then there's another thing concerning the changes in Ministry of Education. The president should revisit also those things. We have some institutions have taken advantage of this, the loan and scholarship, where the government says that somebody should pay 5,000, but you've got a university somewhere has added the other charges. Which charges are these? Some TVETs even, I saw that they have added other charges, charging students more money that is not accountable. If you ask anything concerning that money, some are being suspended, some are being arrested. I want the president to intervene and the Minister of Education also to intervene. These changes in the Minister of Education. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That has been Omwami Derek and Ivan Naktari. I'm still trying to hold my tongue, say your gender wrongly. But we do appreciate you, gentlemen, for showing up at Oracle Television Network. This has been the Impact Dialogues for those students who did their KCSE in 2023. Those who are planning to take the September intake, start applying for these help loans, because as Omwami says, they are going to help you manage yourself in campus, and also at least offload a little bit of burden for your parents. My name is Ruth Wanjiru. This has been Impact Dialogues. Do keep it Oracle Television Network. Thank you for your calls, for your messages. For those who have not picked your calls, we are going to make sure that you're going to pick them. And for those who want us to bring any expert on board, we do accept ideas. So if you want us to bring a certain expert, you just have to text us on that number 0711 176 006, and we are going to do exactly that. And without much further ado, I have been your host, Ruth Wanjiru. This has been the Impact Dialogues. Have a good day and keep it Oracle Television Network.